Life in Layouts, and today I have a free sketch from you from Scrapbook Generations. This is actually from their Create magazines, and I will link it below for you guys. I am using this super old kit from Blvd. It's called Birthday Girl. It is definitely girly and pink and oh so fun. So this first page that I'm going to use, that I'm cutting out here, it has a bunch of tone-on-tone musical notes on it. Super cute. And then the background paper that I'm going to use, I am going to gut that just because I really like the background of that paper. It has like a purple grid, which, you know, I love me some B-sided paper. So purple tone-on-tone grid is like beautiful to me. So I definitely needed to gut it. So that paper there has birthday cakes and cupcakes and things like that on it. Now I had these pictures pulled out earlier. I was going to use the science paper and realized that this was actually for her birthday. So I decided, why not pull out some birthday paper to work with it. So these photos themselves are just of this little one. She was bringing in munchkins for her class so that everyone could enjoy little donut holes for her birthday. And she was just so cute, you know, carrying the little donut box into the classroom and giving it to her teacher. I pulled out this purple Bazzill paper. This is that Bazzill bling, so it's textured and it's got a little bit of shine to it. It's not glitter, it's just shimmery, and it's really pretty. There was not just enough solid or B-side paper in this kit, and I really wish manufacturers would understand that while I love busy paper, I love that paper with the birthday cakes and the cupcakes on it, but I need more B-side paper. Like, that's, if I could speak to a manufacturer, that's what I would say, more B-sides. I decided to go ahead and use this stripe paper, and it's got like little circle stripes on it, so it's different, but I actually don't end up using that side. I turn it over and use this pink side. Even though there's pink in the background, it just was a darker color and it just stood out more than the white stripe paper did. On the bottom right hand side of the sketch, you'll see that it calls for 3 photos, and I just couldn't justify cutting my photos down as small as it was going to be, so I am going to cut them a little bit larger. I did have that cupcake 3x4 card, and it says, "You are the frosting to my cupcake," and I thought about backing it with a couple of different colors, but it didn't end up working, and I think that it looks perfectly fine with it just the way it is. So I am going to use this green paper with the white polka dots as my background. I did start out with it being like that Polaroid style where I had the 3 photos and then a wider band on the bottom of it, but I do have to eliminate that because my photos were so much larger than what the sketch called for. It just didn't work, and there just wasn't enough room for it with that extra band on the bottom. And I think that it looks perfectly fine just the way that it is. So I do go ahead and pull out my distress ink in a purple and distress all of the edges. And I think that this purple really just kind of adds to it. There is a lot of pink and purple in this layout. And that's very different for me. I'm not used to doing this many girl layouts. It just seemed like the layouts that I am working on and the layouts that I am being drawn to are these girly layouts, which is very different. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this little bit of different type of layouts on my channel. So this is where I go ahead and cut down that green piece, and I actually am glad that I went ahead and cut it down. I do add green pieces throughout the layout, but I think that if I would have left that big chunk at the bottom, the green would have overpowered it, because there's green in the background paper, there's going to be green in some of the embellishment clusters, but it's just very light pops of green, and I think that that border also would have caused way too much distraction for that little strip of photos over there. On the left hand side of the layout, I do decide to pop up my middle photo, so I went ahead and put the other 2 photos down with enough space for the middle photo, and then added that middle photo with some fun foam. And then on the right hand side of the layout, I do go ahead and put that green piece almost towards the bottom. I really did want that pink tone-on-tone paper with the music notes to poke out a little bit at the very bottom of it. So I just had like that little, probably 1/2 inch strip down there, having it poke out. I did fussy cut these 3 presents over here that I'm going to put on the far right hand side. which I'm not a fussy cut person, but this collection didn't come with embellishments. It just came with a sheet, like a 12 by 12 sheet of embellishments that you had to fussy cut. And because they were squares, really the only issue that I had with it was those little top pieces, little swirly bow pieces. But I think it turned out okay. I did go ahead and put 2 of the presents down flat, and then I put 1 of them up on fun foam. I had that green swirly thing. I've been trying to use those things up. I have a ton of them. When they first came out, I was super excited and I loved all of them, and I thought I was going to use them on every single layout that I ever had. It just didn't work out that way. And so now I have all of these blingy things that I need to use up. I did pull out my embellishment book, and what I like to do is go through my embellishment book off camera and then put it on some wax paper and the embellishments that I'm going to use. So that's what you see up there at the top. This little green circle with the cupcake in the middle of it, it had a foam square on it that like came from the whatever I bought it in. It just was too wide. It had too much dimension, because there was a dimension underneath it on the green circle, and then there's also dimension between the green circle and the cupcake. So I went ahead and took out that back dimension, so it just made it smaller. And then I went ahead and added a number 2 over there because this is her 2nd birthday. I did pull in that green swirly in a smaller scale next to the presents, and I really like the way that that looks. And then I'm going to start up there at the top with my cluster, and that is going to be my title cluster as well. So I have this purple little tag here that has like a unicorn cake on it. It's a really cute cake. And then I have these like 3 little acrylic pieces that are yellow in the arrows. Again, I was trying to pull out some of the less predominant colors like the yellows and the greens in my embellishment clusters, since this layout screams pink and purple. On that 3x4 card, there's like a little swirl for the cherry, and I thought it would be really cute if I had rhinestones on that as well, since I have it in a couple of the clusters. So I went ahead and found one that was in like a light pink color, and then had to cut it and manipulate it so that it would fit around. So you'll get a picture of the top of my head there while I'm trying to do that. And then I went ahead and added both the green and the pink rhinestones over there to the far right hand side in that little cluster there. To the top cluster where my title is going to be, I went ahead and added 3 little puffy hearts as well. And I tried to make this purple heart work. It just didn't end up working, as well as that birthday present. It just didn't work. I did go ahead and pull out my enamel dots. I have these in like yellow glittery, and so I did put them in 2 of the clusters. The acrylic arrows that are up there in my title cluster are also yellow glittery. So my title is just going to be simple birthday girl, and these thickers, I don't know if you're able to see it, but they are like white iridescent on the top and then pink foam letters underneath, and I think that that's just perfect for this layout. And then I went ahead and pulled out these smaller stickers from Ellie Studio. They're like enamel shapes, or like they're the same consistency of what enamel shapes are, and did my title with birthday girl. And that is it for this layout. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me while I go through this layout. I'm so glad that you chose to use your time to spend with me. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.